left everything. The palace, the kingdom, the servants, the money, the luxury, went to the forest. You know, in a forest, all alone, just a small stream for him to take bath, just living under a tree, that's all. And continuously, Hari, Hari, Hari only. Correct? In spite of that, you know what happened in the last minute? Not in our hands. A poor deer was there in the ashram. It came. What happened to all the chanting of Bharata? One thought came in the last minute. The poor deer came and sat in his lap. It's okay, go. But the mind was thinking, poor deer, I am leaving, what will happen? Next birth became a deer. Smarana. How much chanting Bharata would have done, renouncing everything, living in a forest, no wife to think of, no children, no money, no kingdom, no servants, right? In spite of that, last minute thought is way beyond our control. That is in his hands. The will of Bhagavan Krishna was, he has another birth as Jada Bharata. So, he could not remember Krishna. The thought of a deer came. He became a deer. But because he did so much of meditation, even though he became a deer, he could recollect, my goodness, what a stupid thing I have done. Is it to become a deer? I renounced my wife, my palace, my money, my servants. Is it to become a deer? No, it is to attain salvation. What happened? No, this is not right, this is not right, this is not right. Then he left the body of the deer. Then he is born again as a Jada Bharata, as a child with some autism. He behaved. He is not having autism, but he behaved. Even though he has eyes, he pretended he is blind. Even though he is not dumb, he pretended he is dumb. Even though he can hear, he pretended he is deaf. Why? Not to get entangled with anything. You get entangled, you get the same thought in the last minute. Only to avoid entanglement. Even though he is fully grown up body, won't even do anything. Even the parents, this fellow is a fellow with autism. They will eat all the parents even give the fresh food to the other kids, the leftover foods, they will give. He didn't complain. They said, hey, you have a strong body, don't do anything. Can you go to the field and take care of the corn, etc.? The birds will not come and spoil. That's the job he was given. He still accepted that. Leftover food he accepted because no entanglement. That is what is actually difficult. And that is why Lord Krishna says, you cannot do anything, just do Sharanagati. Sarva dharman parityajya. You got a concept, sir? Sir, you were telling something, you were asking something.
I was asking, could you explain what exactly is moksha? Because we keep hearing...
Very simple, getting out of the cycle of birth and death, repeated and endless cycles of birth and death. Moksha means liberation, deliverance, liberation from the cycle of birth and death. I don't know about you, when I was a student in India, college, etc., you fail the exam in March, you can take in September. You fail in September, you can take in March. March, September, March, September, March, September, March, September. How many times? Again here in the life, again birth, again death, again birth, again death. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Come back to Krishna. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. Same thing. Shankaracharya said, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Krishna said in Vaishnavism, Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. Therefore, March, failed exam, September. Again fail, March. March, September, March, September. Here, birth, death, birth, death, birth, death. You are taking birth because of your karma. And when you do Sharanagati, aham tva sarva papebhyo moksha ishyami, deleted. So moksha means getting out of the repeated and endless cycles of birth, death, birth, death. And when you go to that Vaikuntham, doing eternal loving service to Bhagavan. That is moksha, which is only happiness. Emma, no offenses. Since I know that lady, and she looks a little bit at least 50 years old, Kaneshwari. Emma, that's okay, Emma. Don't tell your age. I'm not interested in that, Emma. I'm asking, at least as a 50-year-old lady, how many times you thought, I wish I'm 20, I wish I'm 20, I wish I'm 20. Hello, go to Vaikuntham. You will always be 20. There is no old age there. Okay? Now, coronavirus. Are you not afraid? Go to Vaikuntham. No coronavirus, no cancer, no heart attack, no blood pressure, no diabetes. You know what? There are no doctors. Because there are no patients. Because nobody falls sick. Janma, no more birth. Mrityu, we are afraid of death. No death. Jara, old age. No. Vyadhi, I am not concocting stories for you. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Bhayam, Na, Upajayate. Moksham, where you are free from old age, from cancer, heart attack, diabetes, etc. Corona, fear, death, and rebirth. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuhu dhruvam janma mrutasya cha. For everyone who is dead, birth is certain. For everyone who is born, death is certain. Moksham, getting out of the repeated and endless cycles of birth, death, birth, death, birth, death. Got it? Very easy, sir, to understand. My intention is not to complicate or to show off how many shlokas I know, how many Puranas I studied. That's not the intention. To help you, are you ready for that? If you want to pass the exam, I can help you with some extra coaching. If you want to fail the exam, you don't need any extra coaching. Because we are destined to fail. Only if you want to pass the exam, right, Lalita? You fail, smart girl. But you did not fail in academic exams. But in this exam of life, we failed a million times. Again birth, again death, again birth, again death. So if you want to get out of it, Krishna says, Aham tva sarva papebhyo, only when Mam ekam sharanam vraja. That's why that verse is called Charama Shlokam. After that Sarvadharman Parichajya, it is only prep talk. Hey Arjuna, did you listen carefully? Did you understand anything? Did it enter your brain? So prep, what do you call prep talk? Ashochva Nanva Shojastam Prajna Vadam. It's the prep talk. Come on man, you will win. Come on man, you will win. After the game, hey, do you understand how to play the game now? Did I give you nice coaching? Did it enter your brain? Are you going to do that? So this is the last verse of Bhagavad Gita. Even though Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, but spiritually speaking, Sarvadharman Parichajya, according to all three acharyas, is the Charama Shlokam. Yes, sir.
Last question. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who was Swayam Krishna, why he promoted the chanting rather than Sharanagati?
Sir, as I told you, there are various schools of thought.
But he was Swayam Krishna, like that.
Okay, let's not get into that because it will be too personal for you. So, the people of Hare Krishna or Chaitanya Sampradaya portray in one way. But according to the great acharyas, Ramanuja or even Madhva, Vaishnavism, Chaitanya, this thing is one branch of Madhva. And you know, they are also Chaitanya Sampradaya is somewhat different from original Madhva Sampradaya. So, everyone has their own school. So, why promote it? Same thing. Basin and sugar are the ingredients for laddu, Mysore pak, etc. But she likes it that basin and sugar combination as a laddu only. She likes it only as Mysore pak. It is his liking, he propagated. Ramanuja, this thing, the same contents. As I said, no offenses. In physics, you study radioactivity. In chemistry also you study radioactivity. When it comes to giving a Nobel Prize for Marie Curie or something, they gave her a Nobel Prize, not in physics, they gave in chemistry. Because if chemistry is major, physics is ancillary. If physics is major, chemistry is ancillary. So if Bhakti Yoga is major for them, they also talk about Sharanagati, but as ancillary. But in Sharanagati, they consider Sharanagati is major, Bhakti is ancillary. It is better to leave at that stage. You know what I am saying? The same ingredient. You know, you are a good cook. You know how to make laddu. You know how to make Mysore pak, right? What are the main ingredients? Besan, chana dal powder, and sugar and ghee, correct? Chana dal powder, sugar and ghee, correct? But the way you fry that, the way that syrup, you know what I'm saying? Laddu, chana dal, sugar, chana dal powder, correct ma? Chana dal powder, sugar and ghee, that's all right. But the syrup, the texture, the frying is different for laddu. The same chana dal powder, sugar and ghee, the syrup, correct? And the way you fry is different for Mysore pak, correct? You know both Mysore pak and laddu, right?
Correct.
You understand? No? Same ingredients, but she says, I like only laddu. She says, I like only Mysore pak. Can we question, why do you like only laddu? Why not Mysore pak? Can I question, why do you like only Mysore pak? Why not laddu? They like Bhakti Yoga. They made Sharanagati answer. You like Sharanagati, they made Bhakti Yoga answer. Why? It's not our choice. Whereas in Sharanagati, everywhere, unequivocally, Sita Devi gives a guarantee. After Rama Ravana Yuddham, Hanuman was sent to Sita Devi. Go and tell her war is over. Hanuman comes and conveys, Madam, war is over. Ravana is dead, Rama is victorious. Tell me, what shall I do? He says, what a stupid question, what do you want to do? Take me to Rama right away. That's all I want. Sure, I will take you. Give me 1 minute. He said, not even 1 second. Take me to Rama. By the way, why do you need 1 minute? Look at all the female demons. They tortured you for one year. Give me 1 minute. I'll kill them, then I'll take you. She said, shut up. You cannot even touch them. Trajata did Sharanagati. I gave them protection here and hereafter. Papanamba, Shubhanamba, Vathan Haranam Parangavaha, Karyam Karnamaryena, Nakaschit Naparajati. Sita Devi said, I gave them Sharanagati. Even before you were coming in Sundarakanda, Trajata got a dream. And Trajata did Sharanagati on her behalf and on all the behalf of all the other people. I gave them Sharanagati. You cannot even touch them. They are under my care. I guaranteed them protection here and hereafter in moksha. So Hanuman, even the great Hanuman, could not even touch them. Good. Rama gave 100% guarantee. Before the war, everything is set. Rama reached the banks. Just has to construct the bridge across the ocean to go and fight. Vibhishana advised Ravana, you cannot win when Rama comes to fight. Have you forgotten Ravana? Hanuman, even a messenger of Rama, when he came, you know what Hanuman gave ultimatum to Ravana? If Rama decides to kill you, there is nobody in the world who can protect you. You know what he said? Brahma Swayambhus Chaturana Nova, Rudro Mahendra, Rudro Trinetro Tripurantakova, Indro Mahendraha Suranayakova, Tratum Nashaktum Yudhi Ramavacham. If Rama decides to kill you, do not think Brahma, Swayambhu, Chaturmukha can protect you. No way. If Rama decides to kill you, Rudra, Trinetra, Shankara, Tripurantaka cannot protect you. If Rama decides to kill you, Indra, Mahendra, Suranayaka cannot protect you. You are thinking your son Indrajit defeated Indra, he can win over Rama. Forget about that. Neither Brahma, nor Shankara, nor Rudra can protect you. Vibhishana says, surrender to Rama. Ravana kicked him out. Vibhishana came and did Sharanagati to Rama. You know what Rama promised that time? Sugriva, get some water from the ocean. Not only I will give protection to Vibhishana now, I will even make him the king of Lanka. I will do the Pattabhishekam right now. Vibhishana, Sugriva says, Rama, hold on. You didn't even construct the bridge. You did not start the war. You did not kill Ravana. You are making the Pattabhishekam. For argument's sake, if tomorrow Ravana himself comes and says, I also do Sharanagati, what will you do? You know what Rama said? Vibhishano va Sugriva yadiva Ravana swayam. Do you remember that verse? That is the concept of Sharanagati. Sugriva, you didn't understand Sharanagati. Forget about a good person, Vibhishana, coming and Sharanagati to me, I am protecting him. Even if the worst sinner, Ravana, who abducted my own wife Mahalakshmi Sita, who tortured her for 1 year. And in Sundarakanda, Ravana comes and gives ultimatum to Sita. I gave you 1 year to change your mind and marry me. 10 months have gone by, you did not change. Only 2 months left. If within these 2 months you don't change your mind and marry me, you know what will happen to you? After these 2 months, if you don't marry me, become my wife and make me happy, my cook will come and kill you and cut you to pieces and will cook and I will eat you for breakfast and enjoy. Ravana in Valmiki Ramayana is the worst of the worst sinners. Literally what he said bluntly, if I cannot enjoy you as my wife in my bed, I will rather kill you, cut you to pieces, cook and eat you for breakfast and enjoy. And who heard all that? Hanuman. And goes and reports to Rama. And you know what Rama said? Even if that Ravana comes and does Sharanagati, I will forgive his sins also and give him moksha. What after all are your sins? 100 chickens, 5,000 alcohol bottles, 20,000 lies, cheating so many people. They are nothing compared to Ravana's sin of abducting Mahalakshmi, torturing her and giving ultimatum. If you don't become my wife, you will end up on my dining table. Concept of Sharanagati, aham tva sarva papebhyo. You understand that sarva papebhyo? That is what the concept of Sharanagati. 1 second. Lord Krishna gives the same promise. Anybody who does Sharanagati to me, sarva dharman parityajya. Varaha Swami gives 100% guarantee. Even if you were to die in your sleep or in a coma, if you cannot think of me, I will think of you and give moksha. So this kind of a guarantee is there in Sharanagati. I am not saying in Bhakti Yoga you will not get moksha. You are a smart kid. The problem is, our problem is, we all came from India. That is our problem. Why? 35% is the pass mark. That is the problem. That is the problem. Whereas for moksha, pass mark is 100%. In Bhakti Yoga, suppose he practiced Bhakti Yoga and he came up to 68%. From his perspective, 35% is pass mark. No, from Krishna's perspective, 100% is the pass mark. But he got only 62. He is not a failure, but he did not pass the exam yet. You are not a fail, but you did not pass. So what will happen to him? Shuchinam Srimatam Gehe Yoga Prashto Vijayati. Next time he will be born in a very orthodox family, religious family. He will not start from 0. He will start from 63rd percentage. But Satsangam, he can go from 63 to 84. But he gets a bad company like Ajamida. From 63, he can come back to 29 also. But Adhava Yogina, I will come sir. Adhava Yogina Maiva. When he comes to 90%, and misses moksham in this birth, next time he is born, not religious, not orthodox, adhava yoginameva, he will be born in a family of great yogis. You understand? Suppose he wants to learn swimming. Now he has to go to a swimming pool, pay $100 per hour to an instructor and learn swimming. It takes a month for him. Suppose he is born as a fish. A fish doesn't go to an instructor and say, I'll give you $100, will you teach me how to swim? The minute it is born, it knows how to swim. Born in a family of yogis, guaranteed moksha. Whereas in Sharanagati, you don't even have to wait for that long. He may be a smart kid. He may get 100% in one life. He may take 100% to get 100% in 3 or 4 lives. That is why Krishna says what? Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate. Prapatti is another name for Sharanagati. Bahu in Sanskrit, Ekavachanam, 1 word. 2, Dvivachanam. Bahu, more than 2. More than 2 means 3 is more than 2 or 2000 is also more than 2. So that Bahunam Janmanam Ante, in Bhakti Yoga, it may take 3 births or it may take 1 birth or it may take 2000 births, we don't know. But you will get moksha. When is not there. But only in Sharanagati he says, Aham Tva, because he takes the burden of transporting you. You got it? Sir, you were telling something?
So in the daily life, we have so many distractions. We have to achieve so many things. We have to do so many other things to kind of live our daily life. How do we ensure that the Smaranam of Krishna is there in every...
Sir, one thing, sir. You drive a car, right?
Yes.
You drive a car, right?
Yes.
When you first was there learning your driving, what were you doing, sir? Holding onto the steering. Right? You were so tense, correct? Both hands on the steering. Nothing else. Only road, only direction. 10 years you are driving, right? Now, with one hand steering, another hand cell phone, text messages, buttons, so many things, right? But still you are driving. In spite of all the distractions, you are still driving. Therefore, as you make progress in spiritual life, even if there are 100 disturbances, your mind will still be thinking of Krishna. But when you are there in the beginning of your driving, no, even if a phone call comes, you will not take it. Will you send text messages when you are driving, sir? When you are in the beginning? No, but now, oh, ask these ladies. They, no offenses. You know what all they do? They send text messages, they see the phones, they send all those things. If possible, they will even put, your favorite thing? They will put that, sunshade, they will put it down and they will put on lipstick also. No offenses, correct or not? They are experts now. They can do so many things. But when she was there on the first day of driving, imagine how tense they were. Therefore, as you get closer and closer to Krishna, as your chanting becomes perfect, as your Sharanagati becomes perfect, nothing will bother you. Nothing will bother you. Same thing, no offenses. The other day, Beena's son was sick. He was in the hospital. She was there working. She was treating the patients. She was treating everything. Everything goes on. She is cooking in the house. She is cleaning the house. She goes to the clinic. She takes care of the patients, everything. But what is there in the back of her mind? How is my son? How is my son? How is my son? How is my son? Correct? Priority. Did she think of Krishna when he was there admitted in the hospital? No. She thinks of Krishna. She prays to Krishna. But what is in the back of her mind? How is my son? She saw a patient. 1 minute gap between one patient and another patient. Even while washing the hands, what is she thinking? How is my son? Given 1 minute, she will go there. She will go there between one patient and another patient. Correct? Between one patient and another patient, she will go there. She will see. How are you, beta? Okay na? Sab theek hai na? Sab theek hai na? Again come back. Why? Priority. Priority. Correct? You prioritize. Forget about it. Forget about it. 17-year-old boy, 18-year-old girl. Class works, no problem. Class work, no problem. School, no problem. Everything is going on. What is the mind? Suppose he has a girlfriend, she has a boyfriend. What are they thinking? Every 2 minutes. Any message? Any message? Any text message? Correct? Why? Priority. Same thing, Krishna is your priority. Every minute. You are doing everything, cooking. How is Krishna? Priority. Your priority changes. I cannot decide what is your priority. It is in your hands. What is your priority? Correct, Amma? Are you not doing so many things while driving? Tell me honestly, are you not picking the phones? Are you not calling them? Are you not looking at text messages? Everything you are doing. Right? So these things are not distractions. Let them be there. Your mind is still on Krishna. Therefore, if you do that Sharanagati, you are guaranteed moksha, sir. Go ahead, sir.
No, I'm sorry. Somebody else was asking a question.
No problem. Anybody can ask him. Mask is only for protection. When you ask, you can put down. Go ahead.
Can you glorify Radharani? Because I heard if you do Sharanagati to Radharani, we can easily praise Krishna.
You have to speak a little bit louder.
Maybe
If you do Sharanagati,
to Radharani, so we can please Krishna easily.
that is correct. But the question is, are we really doing to Radharani?
Yeah,
The question is, we are thinking. The Sharanagati has a procedure. There is a procedure for Sharanagati. When you do that in the proper way, you are guaranteed. Radharani is the perfection of a Jivatma, how to do Sharanagati to Paramatma. No offenses. Did you read Gita Govinda?
No.
Jayadeva's Ashtapadis?
No.
Gita Govinda Kavyam. Jayadeva, Jagannath Puri. Jagannath Puri. The relationship between a Jivatma and a Paramatma is so unique. There is a great, Jagannath Puri, Subhadra, Jagannatha, Balabhadra, Krishna Tattva, Jayadeva Goswami, Ashtapadis. In one Ashtapadi, he has to write Priye Charushile, Munchamayimana Manidanam, Tapati Madananalo Dahati Mamamanasam, Dehi Mukhakabala Madhupanam. Then he says, Mama Shirasi Mandanam, Bhava Charana Khandanam, Dehi Padapallava Mudaram. What exactly it means? Krishna is coming to Radha and is asking, the only way I can come back to myself is if you give your feet and keep them on my head. Krishna has to say this. Jayadeva, while composing, he thought, no, absurd. Krishna, Paramatma, Radha, Jivatma. How can a Jivatma keep the feet on Paramatma's head? A Jivatma should keep Paramatma's feet on our head. How can Krishna ask Radha, a Jivatma, to keep her feet on his head? I cannot write it. It is against Dharma. He did not write it. He stopped writing that verse. Went to Jagannath temple, sat there in the mandapam, was thinking of Krishna and shedding tears and tears and tears. After a couple of hours, he came back. He went to his wife Padmavati and asked her, I'm hungry, serve some lunch, I want to eat. She just laughed. He said, I'm hungry, I'm asking you to serve lunch, and why are you laughing? Are you joking? Not even half an hour back you came, you sat at your writing desk, you wrote something, you came back, you asked for lunch, I gave you lunch, I served, you ate, and in the same banana leaf you ate, I served the remaining food, and I also ate, and I washed my hands, and I just threw the banana leaf away. And now you are again coming and asking, give me lunch, I am hungry. Are you joking? You know what Jayadeva said? How fortunate are you? How unfortunate I am. For the past 3-4 hours I was there sitting in the mandapam of Jagannath. I was crying and crying. Krishna, why are you giving me this kind of a thought, which is against Dharma? That Krishna is begging Radha to keep her foot on my head, which is against Dharma. I could not write it. I was thinking how to complete. And so you say, I came, I wrote, and I ate lunch, and you ate afterwards. He ran to his writing desk. Exactly what he thought he should not write, Krishna himself has completed. Dehi pada pallavam udaram. Give me your feet and bless me with your feet on my head. Padmavati, how fortunate. You served him lunch. The person who came in my disguise is not me, is Krishna. See, I did not write it. He wrote it. For the past 4 hours I was sitting there in the Jagannatha Mandapam. And you say you served him? How fortunate are you? And you say you ate in the same banana leaf after his eating, and you ate the leftovers of Krishna? Great. And you say you threw away that banana leaf? Show me where you have thrown it. Let me go and lick it. At least a speck of rice from Krishna left over may be there. And he was searching for the banana leaf. So in the pure bhava of Krishna and Radha is way beyond our way of looking at Radha and Krishna. This is how our acharyas have taught us. When you come to the perfection of a Jivatma craving for Paramatma, it is equally reciprocated by Paramatma. Paramatma will be craving more for a Jivatma than what a Jivatma craves for Paramatma. That is why Krishna says, what? ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तां तथैव bhajamyaham. Yashoda wanted to enjoy Krishna in the Vatsalya Bhavam as a child. Krishna reciprocated with Yashoda. Mahalakshmi could not tie up Narayana. Mahayogis could not tie up Narayana. Yashoda could get a rope and tie up Krishna and become Damodara. Vatsalya Bhavam she preferred. Krishna reciprocated in the same way.